In this Track and Trade 5.0 Futures Trading Training video, I want to start by demonstrating for you how to scroll and scale a chart. Now in Track and Trade, you'll notice that what we have over here is we have a couple of charts available to us. Let's go to currently we're looking at the cotton contract. Let's go to the feeder cattle contract. And you'll notice the scrolling and scaling features are very powerful in Track and Trade and very key to your success. Knowing how to scroll and scale a chart can be very important to understanding the price movement within any given chart. Now Track and Trade is very easy to scroll and scale. All we have to do to scroll the chart is hover our mouse over the price bars, hold down the left mouse button, and move the mouse up and down. This scrolls our chart up and down on the background. Then, to go left to right, we come and hold our mouse over the top of the date bar, hold down the left mouse button, and we can scroll the chart back and forth in time. Now if we come in here and right click on the chart, come down to auto scale the chart, you'll notice that when we scale the chart or when we scroll the chart back in time that it will keep it scaled to the window. So it will stay on the screen. And of course if we right click and turn auto scale chart off, and then when we move it, it doesn't move and scale on the chart. See that? Okay, so now that's the scrolling. Now let's look at the scaling. If you look up here on the top button bar, this is where I have my scaling buttons. I can change the scale of the software by pushing these little arrows up and down. If I push the down arrow, of course, it squishes the chart down. If I push the up arrow, it expands it back out. If I want to expand the chart from right to left, I can push the minus button. Of course, this shrinks the chart in. Or if I push the plus button, that spreads the chart back out, kind of zooms it in. And then I can change the bars or the little lines in here, the scrolling and scaling lines of the software, and how many numbers we have on the screen by using this next bar. If I go minus, you'll see that it keeps squishing that in a little closer and a little closer each time we get more numbers. And what that's doing is it's changing the number of lines on the screen. If we scale that back out, you can see how that works. Now for a setting, now I think I must have some setting turned off for the small lines. Let's come in here, and again I'm going to go to the third tab, and I'm going to turn on the light grid lines. And notice if you can see those grid lines, let's make them a little lighter just in case you can't see them. Just for, ooh, that's kind of bright. Just for scaling purposes. We can see that we can shrink down and make this as much as we want to have in here. Even on this one, the light grid lines, let's make those a kind of a little different color here. Now we can zoom in and you can see the differences between what we're setting our scaling and scrolling to. And we can enlarge and shrink and enlarge those different scalings, and you can see the different scales. Some people don't like them, so you can just turn them off altogether, and then they're not even there. And then to bring the chart back to center, we have this little center tick button down here. See this big one center tick? This is also part of the scrolling and scaling feature. If we click that, it brings the chart back to screen. And of course we can shrink it down, bring it in, so it makes more sense to us. So we can do this, and then click the little center chart button again. We can come in here and turn on auto scale, and then as we shrink it in, it's going to automatically scale it to the screen and to the window. So those are some of the features available in the scrolling and scaling of Track and Trade.